Hi, I'm Jacinta, and today we're back on my spring farmcore island, Cornucopia, and I'm going to be making a farmer's market. So I did a little bit of pre-planning, and I'm going to place the Nooks building right here with an incline next to it, and then Bel Sisters is going to be on the right hand side here. And then this is the area we're going to be working with. I need to move this villager's house and also this pond. I quite like this pond. I do like the natural water on an island, but I'm going to get rid of it because it is in the way. It's taking up all the room. So first I'm going to place down the Nooks cranny building in this area that I've marked out. I've already got it in my inventory, and I'm just going to go ahead and say this is the spot. And then jumping ahead to the next day with some horrendous weather, and I'm now going to place down the Bel Sisters building in this area that I half marked out. I couldn't do it properly because Nooks cranny was in the way. And then again, jumping ahead another day, sorry, I'm going to have to be doing this a lot through this video, but we've now got the two shops placed down, looking good, and now it's time to start decorating. So first I'm going to fill in this pond, which yeah, it was sad. I would have liked to leave it there. It was nice, but it was just right in the middle of where I wanted to build, so it was not going to work. And then I moved on to some terraforming. I needed to extend this cliff right behind the shops because I want to put trees and stuff behind them to add some height to the area, and also the incline that I mentioned, I want it like right in between the two shops, so I had to extend the cliff forward a bit, otherwise the incline would have been too far back. So I don't usually do like speed build voiceovers, but I had to do this one like that because I don't know if anyone knows what the Grand Prix is, but it's like this big car race and it comes around once a year in Melbourne. It was quite close to my house. It was very loud. All weekend I had to listen to cars racing around, so yeah, you would have been able to hear them in the video. That's how loud they were, so I had to play with no voice recording and do this voiceover. So now moving on to putting down this light dirt path, and I wanted to create like a big square or rectangle in front of these buildings to create the farmers market on. I almost thought about cutting this bit out of the video because it's kind of boring, but then I was like, it's also kind of satisfying just watching me fill this in. So I hope someone gets a little bit of enjoyment out of this, but yeah, I don't know, it's kind of satisfying. I had to change the size a few times. I wasn't sure exactly how big or small I wanted this area, and the shape looked kind of funny, but we end up getting there in the end. And then to jazz up this big block of dirt a little bit, I layered this brick custom design over top. This looked really nice. I thought the brick goes so good with the light dirt, and yeah, it just made it not look so plain. And then once I had all the brick down, it was time to move on to making the market. I'd customized a couple of stalls with these really cool custom designs, and I wasn't sure at first where I wanted to place them, so I was playing around a bit, but I ended up wanting 3 of them in a line down the middle. I didn't want them like directly in front of the buildings because I wanted to still be able to see them behind there, and I ended up wanting to line up the middle one with the incline. It maybe made it look a bit more structured, but I don't know, I couldn't have it any other way. It just had to line up. So yeah, as you can see, it took a while of moving back and forth to figure out where I wanted these, and then I moved on to these party lights. I did want one in front of each building, but Bel Sisters has this weird extra space in front. I think because the steps are rounded, it didn't work, so instead of having one in front of each door, I did it in front of the steps instead. I thought this looked cute, although it's kind of to me saying there's something important up there, and I have no idea what I'm going to put up there. I need to think of a good idea. And then back to the stalls. So I wanted one to be like a food stall, one with more crafty items like candles and pottery, and then one with plants on it. And I wanted these to be quite cluttered like a market is, but I don't know, to be honest, I struggle with making things cluttered. I added as many items as I could, but I don't know. I don't know if it's giving off the cluttered vibe to me. Let me know what you think when you see the finished build, but yeah, I tried to do my best. Some people are just so good with clutter and they can just keep adding more and more items and it still looks like cohesive and it doesn't look like too much, but I don't know, I can't do it, but I really tried. When the 2.0 update came out and I saw these bistro tables, they were an item I was really excited for. I just think they're so cool. So I'm very glad I finally found a place for them on my island. So the side to the left, I'm thinking it's just like a little cafe or just a little area to sit down and have something to eat, something you've brought from the food stall maybe. But yeah, I love these tables. I do wish you could change the items on the tabletop though, because they can end up looking pretty repetitive, but they're still such a good item. I decided to try customizing the decorative plate. I didn't realize how many options there were, but look at them. It's such a stunning item. And I went with this like flowery pattern. I thought it matched a bit better. But yeah, I really like this item too. I started to get a bit stuck with the market, so I moved over to Bel Sisters and I put down this white lacy rug, such a beautiful design, and also some gorgeous dress designs. The codes will be in the description box as always, but look at them, they're so amazing. And then I didn't know what else to add to Bel Sisters, so I went back to the stalls. And then I decided the dirt path needed to be a little bit bigger because I wanted to add some seats to those tables. They would be a little bit useless otherwise, and I didn't have enough space for that. So yeah, I just added on an extra square on either end. Now I really wanted to use the wooden stools for these tables, but I don't know, I thought I had the recipe, but I didn't. So instead I had to go with these log stools. I don't mind them, but I definitely prefer the wooden stool, and you can customize the top of that item. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed I didn't have it, but it's okay, we made do with the log stools. And then you can see here, for some reason, I decided to change all these food items around. I'm not sure why. I think they looked fine. But I put this plate of cookies down on the stall instead. I left the bread there, which I'm glad about because I love this item. And then I decided to move the serving cart forward to be closer to the tables. And I didn't have an item to go on top of it yet, so I just left it empty for now. Then I wanted to make a spot with a cash register where you could choose your items at the market and then come up and pay for them here. The table and the serving cart together didn't look right though, because they're both very similar wood. It was just looking like a bit much, so I did end up moving that serving cart and putting the table down instead. I then had to jump ahead another day because I needed to order some items. I got these lilies to go on the plant stall. I thought they're beautiful. I got the antique register to go up to this little paying area, and also a counter chair to go with it. I wanted something different. I didn't want another log stall. I also had these cute ballet slippers in my inventory, so I thought I would just plop those down in front of Bel Sisters, and of course I accidentally put them on. And then a very well-timed balloon floated past, and I thought I will pop it and just leave the present on the ground. I thought that was a really cute addition. I had a couple of baby bears in my inventory and I thought I would add them to the front of Bel Sisters, so maybe the person who's making all the clothes also makes some little toys. I thought that was cute. Watching back this part while I'm editing is actually quite hilarious. You can just see me walking around like, what do I do? What do I do? I'm lost. Obviously, it was very stuck. I then settled on extending the dirt path again. Apparently it was not big enough, and yeah, I'm not mad about it. I love all these big builds I'm doing. They take up such a lot of room on my island, which is great and explains why I'm finishing this island a whole lot quicker than my last island. But yeah, I made the dirt a little bit bigger because I wanted to fit down this rope fencing, just to fence off the little food area. I thought this worked, not in this spot because you'll see I took it off, but yeah, down in this corner, sectioning it off, I thought it looked really good, and it's a fence I don't usually use. I then moved on to putting down a path leading to the area. I split this path into two because I will eventually have it leading to something down the back behind Nooks cranny. Not sure what yet, but I just wanted the path to be ready for that. So yeah, that's why it's a bit of a funny shape at the moment. I then moved on to adding some trees around this pathing. I love the stage of a build where you add trees. It just really makes a build come together. I don't know if it's because they're a taller item or because they're like a natural item. They're just very pleasant to look at. But yeah, I love adding trees, and I just added a few here to fill in these gaps. There is quite a lot of room around this farmer's market that I will eventually have to fill in. I really don't know what I'm going to do, but I will figure that out later. I then added some hedges to the front of the build and some more of that rope fencing on the right side. And yeah, I felt like this build was finally coming together. It was getting close to being done. But of course, as I'm almost coming to an end, I decided to fully change my mind and switch these items around. But it was definitely for the better. I think it looks so much better this way around. So I put the menu board down by the food, which makes sense. And then I put the little cash register table down the end here because I just had this space that was empty. I didn't know what else to put there, and it just made sense to have it down here. And it also removed a bit of like wooden items away from the food area because there was just too many there. I did kind of like having this barrel and suitcase item here in front of Nooks cranny, but it didn't look right when you were looking through the stall. I think the colour was off a bit, so I ended up removing them and just put flowers there instead, because then it looked better looking through the stall. I don't know, maybe I'm just too fussy, but it didn't look right to me. Eventually I came back to the cafe side and put the serving cart down again because I removed that cash register table. It didn't look so funny anymore, which I was pleased about. Although I might eventually swap it out for the white serving cart. I think it might look better. But yeah, I just put that down and put a little coffee cup on top, added a few more items to the build, a few more flowers, and yeah, then we were pretty much done. Oh, except for I decided once again that the food on the food stall wasn't perfect, and I decided to put these jars of mushrooms and still keep the bread. Although now I'm thinking like, okay, so this food stall just sells bread and jarred mushrooms? Like, it's not a really great food court, is it? But it's okay. It looked cute and that's all that matters. And then the build was finally done. I'm very happy with this. I think it's cute, and like I said before, I'm pleased it takes up a decent amount of room and my two shops. So yeah, it's a very effective build. So walking over to the build, and it's to the right of the area in front of resident services. We've got the food area on the left side with our tables and our delicious food. Then in the middle we've got the crafty stall with some nice pottery and some candles. So cute. And then down the end we've got our little flower stall. Then we have Bel Sisters, which I think I decorated in quite a simple way, but it looks really nice. And then we've got the incline in the middle that leads up to nothing at the moment. I'll have something there at some point, not sure what yet. But yeah, that's the finished build and I'm quite proud of it. I think it turned out really nice. Well, well, that is the end of this build and this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helped you with some inspiration for a build on your own Animal Crossing island. As always, thank you for your support and thank you for spending time with me, and thanks for watching. Bye!